Welcome everyone to Coach Ben's Case by Case. Today's case is My Wife is Acting Strange. Let's go ahead and jump right into this case to see what exactly is going on with this highly concerned husband. Here we go.
My wife is 30 years old, and she's always worked out and been in shape. She used to regularly work out at a gym when she was in college. At some point, she stopped going to the gym, I think lately just due to her schedule, and preferred to work out at home or go for runs outside. About 18 months ago, she announced she was going to get back into the habit of going to the gym. She now had a job where she's able to make more time for it. It started off normal, but slowly became more and more frequent. She signed up for classes on the weekend, both days. She started going to the gym every day. Then it became the morning before work, and then again later in the evening. Every single day. If she's stressed, she goes to the gym.
All right. Boy, is that quite a bit to go through. She's always worked out. Okay, that's good. Working out is good. Nothing against that. And been in shape. Okay, good. But lately I feel like it's becoming excessive. Okay. Maybe too much time at the gym. She used to regularly work out at the gym when she was in college. At some point, she stopped going to the gym. I think lately just due to her schedule and preferred to work out at home or go for runs outside. Okay. About 18 months ago, she announced she was going to get back into the habit of going to the gym. She now had a job where she's able to make more time for it. It started off normal, but slowly became more and more frequent. Okay. She signed up for classes on the weekend, both days. That's a little odd. That is strange. I mean, you want to spend time with your husband, right? So, sounds like she's being evasive for whatever reason. I mean, both days. Jeez. I mean, you can go with her, but yeah, a little excessive. Gotta have some rest days, don't you think? She started going to the gym every day. Then it became the morning before work, and then again later in the evening. Every single day, if she's stressed, she goes to the gym. Okay, yeah, so this is clearly excessive. There's no doubt about that. So why is she going to the gym so much? One would suspect that maybe he's not such a good husband. Maybe that's why she's so evasive, so elusive. Why is she avoiding him so much? Because that is very excessive. That's basically what, 3 times a day, every day, or almost every day? I mean, it's way too much, way too frequent. I mean, working out is fantastic, especially if you work out as a couple. But that's clearly excessive. Let's go ahead and see where this is going, because we don't quite yet have enough to determine what exactly is going on here. But we do know at this point that she's going to the gym way too many times and for way too long, because that's what his main complaint is I suppose he doesn't have any time to spend with her. So, let's go ahead and find out some more, shall we?
Experienced some sort of life crisis. She immediately heads to the gym. We have an argument, runs to the gym. She's 4 months pregnant right now. I'm kind of surprised we even had time to make a kid. I understand that it's safe for her to work out, especially since she was already in the habit of doing it before she got pregnant. But the intensity is not slowing down. If she misses one of her normal gym sessions, she becomes so irritable, like a junkie not getting her fix. It's just bizarre. Truly a case of too much of a good thing. Of course she gets upset when I voice that I feel it's becoming an unhealthy obsession, and that I miss spending time with her because she's there so much. She has all of these friends and this whole circle of people there that she seems to prefer spending time with over me.
All right, so clearly things are getting far too intense here. Now we can see what the major concern is here. Experience some sort of midlife, or not midlife, experience some sort of life crisis, she immediately heads to the gym. We have an argument, runs to the gym. So it's an escape mechanism. That's what she does. It's the same as a silent treatment. She's 4 months pregnant right now. Well, this is really concerning. She's not supposed to be having any mental and emotional issues while pregnant. That's not good for the baby. I'm kind of surprised we even had time to make a kid. Okay, well, you can't have time. That takes a rather short amount of time and then a long time as a parent, so we know that. I understand that it's safe for her to work out, especially since she was already in the habit of doing it before she got pregnant, but the intensity is not slowing down. If she misses one of her normal gym sessions, she becomes so irritable, like a junkie not getting her fix. Oh boy, so she's addicted to going to the gym. But is that all it is? I don't know. Let's find out. It's just bizarre. It is bizarre. Truly a case of too much of a good thing. Of course, she gets upset when I voice that I feel it's becoming an unhealthy obsession and that I miss spending time with her. There it is. That's what our main concern was since the first slide. Because she's there so much. She has all of these friends and this whole circle of people there in the gym that she seems to prefer spending time with over me. Now, see, this is really bad. For other women out there, they prefer to go clubbing, the girls' night out, women's night out. Not really clubbing, but just going out together, right, with the friends. Now, I actually mentioned this in my book, that when this is excessive, then that's a time for concern. That's the last thing you should want to do on your free time. It's okay if you want to spend some time with your friends, but sometime you have a relationship to build. And if you're complaining about that, you're not in love. The first thing that you want to do with your free time is spend pretty much all the time with your partner. If you're trying to avoid your partner, something's terribly wrong and it's only going to get worse. So she's here pregnant, 4 months pregnant, and acting like this. Very suspicious, very strange. Now I say suspicious because she's not opening up about maybe she's going through something mentally or emotionally. She's not opening up. She's not speaking up about it. He just said that whenever there's an argument, she runs to the gym. Some sort of life crisis, run to the gym. That's being pretty immature here. So let's see what's going on. Let's go ahead and continue, shall we? Get deeper into the case.
Why don't we work out together at the gym? The gym is her time, she says. This isn't a case of me feeling insecure because she's in great physical shape, and I'm a fat slob. I work out and am in shape. My job really requires me to stay in shape, so I can't let myself go if I want to. I genuinely feel her gym habits are unhealthy. She's over-exercising, for one. There is such a thing. But worse than that, I feel it's becoming a way for her to escape everything else in her life.
All right, so now we can really sense the frustration with the husband here. Why don't we work out together at the gym? Exactly. If she's running away to the gym and not saying, hey, let's go to the gym, let's both blow off some steam together. That would be more loving of an answer. The gym is her time, she says. Uh-oh. So she doesn't want him working out with her. That's a big red flag. That's a huge red flag. I can understand if you guys argue, you guys need some space. But if this is chronic, such as in this case, something is definitely wrong. This isn't a case of me feeling insecure because she's in great physical shape and I'm a fat slob. He says, I work out and I am in shape. My job really requires me to stay in shape, so I can't let myself go if I want to. So his job requires his level of fitness, so that's not a problem. Apparently she is going to the gym far too much. I don't know what her level of fitness is, but she's 4 months pregnant. How about that? What's going on here? I genuinely feel her gym habits are unhealthy. It is. It's too much. The gym is excellent, but when you're going that frequently, now there's something to be concerned about. Because your body needs to recover from so much training. But let's see if she's really training. What's really going on here? She's over-exercising for one. There is such a thing But worse than that, I feel it's becoming a way for her to escape everything else in her life. Yes, we've already established that. She's being highly evasive, immature, because she's not dealing with problems as a spouse should do. You have to talk through those arguments, turn them into discussions. Instead of fighting each other, work together. That sounds very basic and easy, but that's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Why would you want to argue and then run to the gym? That doesn't solve anything. When you get back from the gym, guess what? You have the same problems to come back to. You didn't work anything out. Okay, maybe you have to simmer down, blow off some steam, as I said before, and then come back. But where's the talking? It sounds like there's no talking going on here. They just argue, and this is a toxic relationship. And it's sad because she's pregnant. So all those negative emotions, it's really bad for the baby and her own life. But let's see what's really going on here. Let's keep going on deeper into the case. We still need some more information.
She never actually fixed anything that goes wrong in her life. She just runs off to the gym to get some sort of mood boost, and then that's it. She also never gets anything else done in a practical sense, because how can she when she's at the gym so often? It's to the point where I have to do every chore. And if food is getting made, I'm going to have to do it. I don't expect her to do all of those things, but it should at least be a shared effort. People we know have even commented about it to me. They've said things about how she seems different, how she sure is at the gym a lot, and many of her friends and family barely see her anymore. Some have even suggested she's having an affair with somebody there.
All right. So, suddenly the case has turned into a case of suspicion. Raw suspicion that something's actually going on. It's not normal. She never actually fixed anything that goes wrong in her life. She just runs off to the gym to get some sort of mood boost, right? And then that's it. She also, well, that's not quite a mood boost if she comes home and still doesn't want to deal with her troubles. Then what was the purpose of the gym other than maintaining physical fitness? I mean, exercise is supposed to help your body, mind, and spirit, your emotions. She also never gets anything else done in a practical sense, because how can she when she's at the gym so often? It's to the point where I have to do every chore. Now you see, here's the bad part. So she's not taking responsibility. And if food is getting made, I'm going to have to do it. So he's cooking, cleaning, doing chores, and she just goes to the gym and is all passive and evasive, not owning up to her responsibilities. Now, I understand she's 4 months pregnant, but at least some light chores, something that's not strenuous, perhaps. At least talk about the problems in a calm fashion. Now that you've went to the gym, got all that aggression out, you should come back home and have a nice conversation. Now, we don't know how the husband is exactly. I mean, what is she running away from so badly? I mean, he's not going to say anything about it, but he did mention arguments, so we don't know that side of the story. But let's go ahead and move on. I don't expect her to do all of those things, of course, because she's 4 months pregnant. But it should at least be a shared effort. People we know have even commented about it to me. Right. People are going to notice that if they come over and visit, they're going to be like, hey, how come the husband's doing everything? Or they might actually compliment him and say, wow, you're actually doing everything. But whatever the case is, we obviously know that there's problems and there's no solutions going on. They've said things about how she seems different, how she sure is at the gym a lot, and many of her friends and family barely see her anymore. Oh, great. So she's avoiding her friends and family too. My goodness. What is she running away from? One has to wonder. Some have even suggested she's having an affair. There's the big word. There's that possibility, isn't it? With somebody there at the gym. Who's to know for sure? Actually, I do know for sure. So now that I brought you this far into the case, this is one that I had to have spoiled for myself. And I'm going to have to explain the ending, the conclusion to this case. Apparently, because he wrote so much. He wrote way too much to share here, or even in a series of streams. So, unfortunately, it was eventually discovered by his own wife's confession. She was indeed cheating on him while pregnant, 4 months pregnant. The husband later wrote all about how he ended up divorcing her and taking care of his child. Hopefully he does better when choosing his next partner. Who knows? But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is how it ended. He wrote quite a bit as to what happened. I didn't feel a need to share the ending with you guys, except just to sum it up that quickly, because it was just pretty much just more of the same. More problems, especially with her lover. And now they're together, and she didn't even bring any of her belongings from the house. So clearly she just wanted out, whether pregnant or not. She was unhappy with the relationship, and again, we don't know how the husband is. So I can't say for sure whether the wife is in the right. But cheating is not in the right. You do not cheat. You divorce, you break up first. And then you can go on to your new relationship. You have to settle things amicably, because otherwise you're just going to dishonor yourself. Because if you have a conscience, that should come to mind constantly. That you're doing the wrong thing. I can't support cheating because you're hurting somebody else, right? So, no matter how bad the situation gets, you have to do things the right way. And she didn't do things the right way, and he was forced to end things. So, obviously a divorce, and sadly, the one who pays the greatest price for all of this nonsense is the kid, the child. Because now he's going to have to grow up knowing that this whole story happened. It's inevitable. I mean, the truth is going to come out one way or the other. My dad suffered from a cheating wife. So, I mean, born into a world of deception already. Learning how bad things can get in this world at such a young age. But, he's going to be busy with school as the story goes. Child support, seeing his father, seeing his mother, seeing his new father in a way. Not his original father, but it's going to be his new father. And yeah, that is kind of hard on many children out there who are born under these circumstances. Now, please realize, I have to say this, that there are always exceptions when your partner may be excessively involved in a certain activity, such as excessively going to the gym. Maybe they don't want to tell you, what they're going through mentally or emotionally. So don't be a paranoid partner, okay? You don't want to always suspect that your partner is cheating unless you have a valid reason to suspect, because you can ruin a perfectly good relationship by being highly suspicious, and it comes down to a case-by-case basis. So it all depends, but I'm just trying to put that out there that if you suspect that your partner is cheating on you, you don't want to jump to any conclusions. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but if they're being this evasive by going to the gym or going to work on the car or going golfing or just completely avoiding you, whatever the case may be, no matter who's cheating or being evasive, then yes, that red flag will come up. Now you have suspicion. You have a reason to be suspicious. It's not a good place to be in a relationship, to suspect that your partner is possibly cheating on you by being so evasive. And it's pretty much cowardice. Why don't you just confront your partner and tell him how things are going? So, and then there's also the other case of the revenge, where your partner cheats on you, and so you have a right to cheat on them. No, the relationship was already destroyed when one partner cheats on the other the first time. is the only time. That's it. It's done. There is no revenge cheating because there's no more relationship. You can't come back from that. It's always going to be there. So, unfortunately, no happy ending for this case. Just a cheating wife and a destroyed family, even though they're going to work things out because they're forced to. But for whatever reason, we have no idea how the husband was. But I can't justify cheating regardless. She should have just divorced him. And if the other guy really loved meeting her so much at the gym, he could have just waited for her to get divorced first. So yeah, a lot of culpability here. A lot of people responsible for a tragic end here. But luckily there was no physical abuse. I have no idea though, because he said arguments, so that could include abuse. And maybe that's why she was so evasive. We don't know. In these cases, we have to work with what is being presented, the evidence. We can't just assume things. Sometimes I'll assume things, but very lightly, very carefully, because it could be slightly the other way, entirely, or skewed in the same direction. But nonetheless, this is what we have, and this is exactly what happened, as written by this husband. So without further ado, let's go ahead and end it right here. And much love to everybody. Till the next case.